Welcome, dear traveler. Today, we begin a serene journey through Limone Sul Garda, a village nestled on the western shore of Italy's Lake Garda, where the mountain meets the water and time flows as slowly as the breeze through lemon trees. Whether you're here to explore, relax, or simply drift into the Italian sun for a few hours, this journey is for you. Make yourself comfortable, and let's begin. Sunrise over the lake, soft water sounds, the first light touches the mountain peaks above. A golden shimmer falls over the deep blue of Lake Garda. In Limone, mornings are sacred. Before the world wakes, there is a silence, interrupted only by the faint calls of birds and the occasional lap of water along the shore. This is a village where nature still speaks clearly, and people still listen. The legacy of Lemone's citrus trees, sun glowing through leaves. Limone's name is often thought to come from lemons, and it's no wonder why. The terraces of this village are covered with citrus orchards. These lemon gardens, called limone, are built like staircases climbing the mountainside. Their roots go deep not only into the soil but into history. Lemons have been grown here since at least the 13th century. Farmers constructed stone pillars and wooden frames to shield the trees during cold months. Today, many of these groves still produce fruit, and not just for tourists. Lemons here aren't only food, they're part of identity. They flavor the local sweets, the perfumes, even the liqueurs like Limone Sul Garda. The secret of longevity: locals walking, elderly couple holding hands. There's something curious about the people of Limone. They live long, really long, and not just in years but in health. In the 1970s, scientists discovered a rare gene mutation in the blood of some Limone residents, a polypoprotein A1 Milano. This protein appears to protect the heart, even in people who might otherwise be at risk. It caught the attention of researchers across the globe. Yet, if you ask the locals about their health, they'll likely credit olive oil, sunshine, walking, and peace. Maybe that's the real secret after all. Exploring the village scene. Stone alleys, plants on balconies, cats lounging as we walk through the village streets. Notice how each home wears history like a second skin. Stone walls, wooden shutters, narrow paths winding unpredictably between houses that lean gently toward each other. It feels like a place built not from blueprints but from memory, like it simply grew this way. Above us, bougainvillea spills over balconies. Laundry hangs in the sun. Small ceramic signs mark each doorway. Benvenuti, they say. Welcome. In the center of town, we find the little square, Piazza Garibaldi. Here, locals sip espresso, play cards, or simply sit in silence and watch the world go by. A photographer's paradise, tourists taking pictures. Golden hour shots. Limone is often called one of Italy's most photogenic destinations, and it's easy to see why. Everywhere you turn, a picture. The reflections in the lake. The contrast of citrus groves against limestone cliffs. You could spend hours capturing its details. A crack in the wall that holds a tiny fern. The way sunlight hits a mosaic on a chapel wall. A fisherman cleaning his nets at dusk. It's no surprise that artists and photographers return here again and again, hoping to capture something that never quite fits in a frame. The legend of the hidden treasure. Drone view of mountains behind Limone. Slight suspenseful music now. Let me tell you a story. High above the village, beyond the last lemon grove and past the winding goat trails, lie the Monte Preals, silent, towering guardians of Limone. According to local legend, somewhere within those crags, a treasure lies hidden. It is said to have been left there during times of war, or perhaps even earlier by monks or mercenaries. Over centuries, many have searched. None have found it. Some say it's gold. Others say it's something far older, a book, a relic, or knowledge meant to be protected. Treasure or not, the real gold may simply be the views from those heights, where the entire lake stretches out like a mirror of heaven. Boat ride on the lake. Gentle boat drifting across water. Seagulls flying overhead. Let's take a moment to drift. We board a small wooden boat and push off into the calm waters of Lake Garda. Around us, the lake stretches endlessly, changing from turquoise to deep navy depending on the light. The boat rocks gently. The air smells of lavender and salt. In the distance, we see the village behind us. its pastel buildings clinging to the slope, framed by olive trees and blooming gardens. Here, in the center of the lake, the world seems still. Tastes of Limone local dishes being served. Grilled lake fish, lemon risotto, gelato. Limone isn't just beautiful. It's delicious. Try the lemon risotto. Creamy, fragrant, with just enough zest to make you close your eyes and sigh. Or taste the grilled leveret, a freshwater fish from the lake, seasoned simply and cooked over open flame. For dessert, gelato, of course, but not just any gelato. Lemon, basil, or rosemary honey, made fresh that morning with ingredients grown nearby. It's food that speaks quietly but deeply. Evening reflection, sunset, waves, ambient music as the sun begins to set. Limone glows. The sky turns gold, then pink, then a violet blue. Shadows stretch across the water. The day slows, then stops. This is the perfect time to reflect. What did you see today? What did you feel? Maybe peace, maybe longing, maybe a reminder that beauty still exists, and that sometimes all you need is a quiet village by a lake to find it again. Early evening, soft guitar music playing in the background. The sun begins to lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the stone alleys of Limone Sul Garda. Birds return to the trees. The lake stills once again. Let's continue our walk, this time up into the hills, beyond the homes and the crowds, where hidden stories sleep in the rocks and the air is heavy with the scent of rosemary and mountain thyme. Climbing towards San Pietro narrow hillside trail, stone steps our feet carry us upward, away from the lakeshore. Step by step, we ascend a path carved by centuries of use. This was once the main route between mountain farms and the village market. Now, it's a peaceful hiking trail, shaded by olive trees and pine, the sound of crickets echoing from all sides. Our destination is the Church of San Pietro in Oliveto, one of the oldest chapels in the region, dating back to the 9th century. San Pietro Chapel. Inside and outside views, it's a small structure, weathered, unassuming, built from simple stone blocks. But when you step inside, it feels like crossing into another time. Frescoes line the walls, faded but still breathing with life. Angels, saints, and scenes of rural life, painted by unknown hands long ago. The air is cool. The silence here is deep, not empty, but full, like the pause between heartbeats. Some say the monks who once tended this place knew secrets, not just of faith but of the land, the plants, the stars. Take a moment, just breathe. Stories of the mountain overlooking the valley from a rocky ledge. From this height, Limone looks even smaller, a pocket of color between green and blue. Locals say these mountains remember everything. They remember the footsteps of smugglers, monks, shepherds, and soldiers. There are caves here, hidden in plain sight, where freedom fighters hid during the war. One such cave, La Grotta della Libertà, was a secret meeting point for those resisting fascism. Nature protects. It hides, shelters, and remembers. It is no wonder the people of Limone have always felt both protected and tested by their surroundings. Artisan life, a village of hands, local shop, wood carving, soap making, handcrafts. Back in the village, evening light spills into small workshops. Here, craftsmanship is not a trend. It's a way of life. In one shop, an old man carves olive wood into bowls and figures. His hands move with quiet skill, honed by decades. Next door, a woman stirs oils and herbs, pouring them into molds to create soaps scented with lemon, lavender, and rosemary. Each product here has a story. It's not just what they make, but how they make it. Slowly, thoughtfully, with reverence. Local flavors: wine, olive oil, and thyme. Vineyard at golden hour. Close up on wine glass. Olive trees. Let's visit a small cantina or wine cellar. Tucked beneath an old home, it's cool and quiet, lit by amber lamps. Here, wine is aged not for mass market, but for taste, for balance, for memory. You sip a glass of Grappello, a local red, smooth and earthy. The owner explains it's grown on the eastern slopes, where the soil is just dry enough and the sun just right. And the olive oil, this liquid gold, peppery, green, alive. Each bottle contains not just olives, but an entire season of sun, wind, and human care. The architecture of time walking past centuries-old buildings. Limone is not a place of grand monuments. It is a village of small wonders. Note the arches between buildings, the hidden courtyards, the coats of arms etched above doorways. Many homes date back to the 1500s or earlier. Renovated, yes, but never erased. The past lives side by side with the present here. You'll find fountains that still run from mountain springs. Benches made from old wine barrels. Windows framed in stone pulled from the surrounding cliffs. Even the new structures honor the old, a conversation between eras. A moment by the water, twilight over the lake, subtle ambient sounds. Now, we return to the lake. The sun is nearly gone, and the world glows with that rare kind of blue that only exists at dusk. Sit with me. Let's be still for a while. No narration, just the sound of water, wind, bells in the distance. A moment of silence plays in the video, 5 to 7 minutes of ambient visuals. Night boat ride, reflections and stillness. Boat at night, soft reflections, occasional lanterns. Tonight, we drift again. This time under the stars. The lake is glass. The boat barely ripples the surface. Far above, constellations begin to appear, familiar yet distant. The moon casts a silver path across the water, guiding us like an ancient map. You think back on what you've seen today, what you've felt, the quiet of the chapel, the hands of the craftsman, the stories that rise like mist from these stones. You realize you are not just visiting Limone. You are part of it now. Reflections from locals, optional voiceover sections. Locals sharing quotes, voice actors or subtitles. I was born here. My father fished on this lake and his father too. The mountain gives. The lake gives. We give back. Tourists come for the view, but if they stay long enough, they learn to see slower, to feel deeper. We are not rich, but we are rooted, and that is enough. Soft piano, ambient lake sounds. Stars twinkling over Lake Garda. Welcome back, dear friend. Limone Sul Garda is now wrapped in night. The day has faded, but the village is alive in a different way. Slower, more intimate, more magical. The stars overhead are ancient. The air is cooler now, scented with earth and citrus. A stillness rests over the land. Let us continue, not with hurry, but with wonder. A family dinner, Italian warmth by candlelight inside a cozy home. Family gathered around a rustic wooden table tonight. We've been invited into a local home. The table is long, the chairs don't match, and the laughter is constant. The food, prepared slowly and lovingly, tells its own story. First, there is bruschetta, toasted bread with garlic, olive oil, and chopped tomatoes still warm from the garden. Then, a rich pasta al limone, pasta tossed in a lemon cream sauce with hints of thyme. The main course, grilled lake fish, wrapped in vine leaves. On the side, roasted vegetables, marinated olives, and crusty bread made just that morning. For dessert, a slice of torta della nonna, grandmother's lemon cake, dusted with powdered sugar. Wine flows, stories are shared. You may not speak the language, but the warmth needs no translation. Story by the hearth, the spirit of the mountain fireplace, warm lighting, close-up on storytelling gestures after dinner. The lights are dimmed. Only the fireplace flickers now. The grandfather speaks slowly, telling a story passed down through generations. A legend of the mountain. Long ago, he says, a young shepherd found a silver box buried beneath an olive tree. Inside was not treasure, but a mirror. When he looked into it, he did not see himself, but the life he could live, if he chose wisely. No one knows if the story is true, but everyone listens as if it were. Moonlight walk through Olive Grove's hillside trail under a full moon, crickets chirping softly. Later, we step outside. The moonlight bathes the olive groves in silver. We walk slowly, the gravel crunching beneath our feet. Every leaf, every branch casts a long, dreamlike shadow. The lake glows faintly below. This is a walk taken not to reach somewhere, but to feel the in-between. We pass an old stone wall, a rusted gate, the whisper of a fox in the brush. Time feels irrelevant here. The abandoned monastery in the cliffside path lit by lantern, wind and distant owls. Few people visit this place. Tucked into the vertical cliffs north of Limone is a forgotten monastery, carved from rock, hidden by trees. It hasn't been used in over 100 years, but the walls still stand, and so do the memories. We arrive at the door. Creaks open. Inside, moss grows along the stone floor. Candles once burned here. Voices once echoed prayers into the dark. Some say monks lived here in total silence, growing herbs, watching the stars, and writing in long-forgotten dialects. This space feels sacred not just religiously but spiritually. Even now, it holds peace like water in a basin. We linger. A meditation on time, slow-motion visuals of water, trees, stars. Let's stop speaking now. Let the silence stretch. For 5 to 7 minutes, the video plays ambient scenes with no narration. Water gently lapping, trees swaying, wind on stone steps. This is where time melts. Not forward, not backward, just now. A walk along the old Roman path, stone road lit by dawn. Fog rising from the lake as night begins to blend into early morning. We explore one last route. The Sentiero del Sol, the path of the sun. This ancient trail once connected Limone with surrounding villages long before modern roads. Roman soldiers, merchants, monks, all passed here. We walk it in silence. The stones beneath our feet are smoothed by centuries. On one side, a wall of wildflowers. On the other, a sheer drop into the lake. The fog lifts slowly. Light returns to the world. Local music, echoes of Limone violinist playing near a small piazza. Candlelight concerts, soft folk instruments. Music has always lived in Limone. Tonight, we pass by a small piazza where a violinist plays. The sound drifts through the village like smoke. Old songs. Songs from this region. Songs sung in dialect, almost lost. Music in Limone is not just entertainment. It's memory. It's a language of place. Resting in Limone, the spirit sleeps, bedroom with balcony open, curtains swaying, moon above the lake. We return to our room. The bed is simple. The window is open. The moon hangs above the lake like a guardian. Tonight, sleep will not be an escape. It will be a continuation. The rhythm of the water will cradle you. Close your eyes. Limone will still be here when you wake. Still darkness. The faint sound of birds. A new day begins. It is early morning in Limone Sul Garda. The sky is still deep blue. The stars fade. Somewhere, a rooster calls. You are awake before the village. Let's greet the dawn. Not with movement, but with awareness. Morning meditation by the lake at first light. Soft ripples. Mist rising. Slow breathing, ambient sound. We sit by the water, where stone meets shoreline. The air is crisp and cool. Every sound is magnified. The drip of water from a paddle, the creak of a boat rope, the distant flutter of wings. You take a breath in and out. The surface of the lake is mirror-like, reflecting the slow unveiling of day. Let this be a moment of stillness, a personal pause. No words needed, just presence. A few minutes pass with ambient visuals, ideal for deep relaxation or viewer reflection. Exploring the morning market square. Vendors setting up stalls. Local voices. The aroma of herbs and bread. Limone slowly awakens. The square begins to fill with color and movement. This is market morning, a tradition stretching back centuries. Stalls overflow with lemons, olives, flowers, cheeses, handmade soaps, fresh bread still warm from the oven. Locals greet each other with slow smiles and long conversations. There is no rush. Time does not dictate the rhythm here, the sun does. You sample a soft goat cheese spread on rosemary crackers. You sip fresh-pressed orange juice made from fruit grown just meters away. Everything here is simple, but not ordinary. A visit to the secret garden, a garden behind a stone wall, birdsong, bees on lavender, marble benches. Hidden behind the church of San Benedetto is a garden few tourists ever see. It's small, a patch of perfection behind a worn iron gate. Inside, there are lemon trees, of course, but also sage, mint, basil, and figure a fountain trickles in the center. The marble bench invites you to sit and listen. You hear the faint rustle of the garden breathing. A bee drifts by lazily. The sun rises higher. This garden was once tended by nuns, then forgotten for decades. Now it has returned to life, as all things do given time. The final ascent, the Belvedere lookout climbing slowly to a panoramic viewpoint. Soft music swells. We climb once more, slowly, reverently, toward the Belvedere, Limone's most breathtaking viewpoint. The path winds through olive groves, across switchbacks, past old stone ruins. The higher we climb, the more we see. Rooftops, boats, vineyards, then entire stretches of lake shimmering like glass. At the top, we stop. We breathe. From here, you can see not just Lim 1, but everything it's connected to. Riva del Garda to the north, Malsacene to the east. The Alps in the distance, silent and eternal. Take it in. This view will stay with you. Letters to Lim 1. A personal goodbye view fades to soft vignettes of the village, the lake, the people. Imagine writing a letter, not with pen and paper, but with memory. What would you say? Dear Lim 1, thank you for reminding me to slow down. For showing me that beauty doesn't shout, it whispers. For reminding me that peace isn't found, it's allowed. You may never return physically, but the village, its rhythm, its quiet joy, will stay with you. This is not a goodbye. This is a thank you. Final boat ride, a gentle departure boarding a boat at sunrise. Soft lake sounds. Slow motion water movement. We return to the boat one last time. The lake is calm. The sky is full of soft gold. We drift gently from the shore. The buildings grow smaller. The sound of church bells rings behind us. You look back, not with longing, but with gratitude. Lim 1 fades from view, but something inside you has changed. Closing reflections, the spirit of stillness slow montage of scenes from the past 4 hours. Lemon groves, alleys, chapels, food, smiles, stars. This journey was never just about a place. It was about slowing down, about noticing, about remembering how to feel small in the best way. Limone Sul Garda is not loud, not famous, but it is alive, fully, gently, beautifully. And now so are you. Final words, a gentle farewell fade to golden sunrise over the lake. Music fades out, whispered voice. Thank you for walking with me, for seeing with open eyes, for listening, for remembering. Wherever you go next, carry the stillness with you. Until we meet again, Arrivederci, Lim 1.